I thought the meeting was about my promotion. Instead, it ended my career in less than 10 minutes. And somehow that wasn't even the worst part. I had been working at that company for 5 years. 5 long years of showing up early, staying late, skipping weekends, and saying yes to everything. I wasn't perfect, but I was loyal. The kind of employee who covers for others, fixes last-minute problems, and doesn't complain when things get unfair. My boss, Mark, always said he appreciated me. "You're reliable," he would tell me. "I can count on you." I believed him. Maybe that was my first mistake. That morning felt normal. I grabbed my coffee, checked emails, and even joked with a coworker about how tired we both were. Then I got a message from Mark. "Can you come to my office?" Nothing unusual. Or at least, that's what I told myself. When I walked in, something felt off. He didn't smile. He didn't even look at me right away. There was a paper on his desk. My stomach dropped before he even spoke. "We've decided to let you go," he said, flat and cold. Just like that. No warning. No discussion. No chance to fix anything. I just sat there staring at him, trying to process what he said. My mind went blank. I think I even laughed a little, like it was a joke. "Wait, what?" I asked. "It's a business decision," he replied. "We're restructuring." That word, restructuring. It sounded so clean, so harmless. But it didn't explain anything. It didn't explain why me. I wanted to ask questions. I wanted to argue. But I couldn't. My throat felt tight, and my chest felt heavy. All I could think about was rent, bills, and how I was going to explain this to my family. Then, just when I thought it couldn't get worse, he said something that honestly made me question if this was real life. "We've already hired someone new," he said. "Would like you to train them for a smooth transition." I blinked, thinking I heard him wrong. "Train them?" I repeated. "Yes," he nodded. "Just for a couple of weeks. It would really help the team." I waited for him to say something else, like maybe there would be pay, or some kind of compensation. But nothing came. "You mean unpaid?" I asked slowly. He hesitated for half a second. "It would be more of a professional courtesy." A professional courtesy. That's when something inside me cracked. I had just lost my job. No warning, no respect, no appreciation. And now he wanted me to stay and teach my replacement how to do the job I was just fired from, for free. I felt angry. No, more than angry. I felt small. Used. Replaceable. But at the same time, another voice in my head started whispering. What if you say no and burn the bridge? What if you need him for a reference? What if this affects your future? I hate that voice. But it's always there. I left his office in a daze. My coworkers noticed something was wrong, but I couldn't even explain it. I packed my stuff slowly, like if I moved too fast, it would all become real. On my way home, I kept replaying everything in my head. Every late night. Every time I said yes when I wanted to say no. Every moment I thought I was building something stable. Was I really that easy to replace? That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept going back and forth in my mind. Part of me wanted to send a message right away. No, I'm not training anyone. Good luck. But another part of me was scared. What if I needed his recommendation? What if future employers asked about this job? I even imagined the conversation. "Why didn't you help with the transition?" "Because they fired me and asked me to work for free." Would that sound reasonable or bitter? The next day, I got an email from Mark. He introduced me to the new hire. Attached was a schedule for training sessions. Seeing it written out like that made it worse. It wasn't just a suggestion. He expected me to do it. I stared at the email for a long time. I thought about all the times I stayed loyal to a company that clearly didn't feel the same way about me. I thought about how quickly they replaced me, like I was nothing. And then I asked myself something I hadn't asked before. Why am I still trying to prove my worth to someone who already decided I don't have any? That question hit me hard. For 5 years, I believed that if I worked hard enough, cared enough, sacrificed enough, it would matter. That I would matter. But in the end, it didn't. And maybe the real problem wasn't them. Maybe it was me for accepting less than I deserved for so long. I opened my email again. My hands were shaking a little, but my mind felt clearer than it had in a while. I typed a response. I thanked him for the opportunity. I kept it polite, professional. But I also said no. I said I wouldn't be able to train the new hire, especially without compensation. Before hitting send, I paused. That same fear came back one last time. What if this ruins your chances? What if you regret this? But then I thought about something else. If I said yes, what would that say about me? That I'm okay being disrespected. That my time and skills have no value. I took a deep breath. And I hit send. It's been a few days now. I don't know what will happen next. I don't have a new job yet. I'm still scared. I still overthink everything. But there's one thing that feels different. For the first time in a long time, I chose myself. And now I keep wondering. If a company can replace you in a day, Why do we spend years trying to prove we're irreplaceable?